Here's how to play Roll a Landscape 2. Right now you're probably thinking, hey, that's just like Roll a Landscape. And it is similar in the beginning, but it's different. I promise, it gets different. So, let's get started. To roll a landscape, you're going to need the website, Roll a Landscape 2, piece of paper, markers, and crayons. You could do it with just crayons, but it's more fun if you've got markers. Yay, markers. So, step 1, draw the horizon line. You're going to click on the red words, roll the dice, and it will take you to the dice that looks like this. Tap right on the middle of the dice, not the ads, and see what number you get. 6. So, back to the roll a landscape. And 6 is the flat line. The flat line, just like that. So I'm going to go ahead and draw the flat line. And I'm going to use the same color as in the example there, but you don't have to. If you'd like to change it, you can. And if you don't like the line that you end up with, you could use a different line. And then back to the dice for step 2, the middle ground. I'm going to roll that dice again. Four. Let's see what line that was. 4 is that green line right there, slightly wavy. I'm going to use my dark green. And step 3, the foreground. Go back to the dice. Three. And let's see which line that is. 3 is the bouncing ball looking line. Big hills. I think I want to use light green though. It just seems better. Now, here's where it gets different. Number 5, you're going to add items to the foreground. The foreground, and if you read the directions, it tells you, is the bottom part of your paper. So whatever's closest to the viewer, that's the bottom part. So we're going to be rolling to see which of these items here we add. Check the dice. Five. Let's see what 5 is. 5 would be the pond. So I'm going to grab my markers, and down here in the foreground I'm going to draw the pond. And you have a choice to add 2 or 3 items. When you're drawing it, it does not have to be exactly like the example. So should you get really upset and cry and go, oh my gosh, I can't draw it exactly like in the example. No, calm down, for Pete's sake. Calm down and just draw it how you would like to draw it, or the best you can. Everyone is different. Your picture is not always going to look exactly like the example. You might decide you want to add something different, like a duck in the pond or something else. So there's my version of what the pond looks like. Back to here. I'm going to roll again and see. I'm going to choose, I think I'll do 2 things, but you could do 3 if you want. I'm doing 2 because it's shorter and I don't want to make you guys sit through a long video. So let's see, 1. Alright, back to here. So item number 1 is a pile of rocks. And I can make my rocks look however I want. I think I'll make my rocks brown, and I'm going to put them over here. And I'm going to make my rocks different from the example. Mine are going to be kind of like a mini cliff, because I like that idea. Right there. Could even have an animal on top of that. Be kind of interesting. So, I got my rocks. Now step 6, add items to the middle ground. The middle ground is the middle area, just like it sounds. It's not the closest to the viewer and it's not the furthest away. It's the middle ground. So go back to the dice. And if you roll the same number twice on any of these, you can always, I got number 6, you could always choose something else or roll again. So number 6 is a tree. I don't have that yet. I'm going to go ahead and draw it. Right out here in the middle ground. I'm going to make mine coming out of this line here. And it is not the same as the example. Just don't do broccoli trees, okay? Trees almost never look like broccoli. It's more fun to make them more interesting. And one more item. Click to roll the dice. One. Let's see what one was. One is a city. And I'm going to add that city, like, I think I may go ahead and put the city up here because I think it would be cooler if it was kind of far away. You know what? I don't want to draw the city. You can if you want, follow it exactly, but I think I'm going to roll again. I don't want to draw the city. It's your art, do it the way you want. So 5 is another tree. I think I'm going to go ahead and do number 4 though, because I want to. And I'm going to do them up here. One little tree by itself. So I'm done with the drawing part with markers, unless I want to add something else, which I might. And let's go ahead and read the directions. It says, color with crayons. Add anything else you'd like to your drawing, and you do that with marker. And color it in with crayons. Take your time and make it look great. So guys, the rest of this video I'm going to put in time lapse. That means I have sped it up. I am not actually working this fast. When you do it, make sure that you take your time and make it look great, okay? Don't try to draw as fast as I did when I sped it up.